Good morning, and I'm not in my camper right now because I'm at my mommy's house. She passed away over the weekend, and we had her services yesterday, and it was hard, and I went in her pantry to get a coffee mug, and right in my face was the 2 Cardinal coffee mug. So I'm doing my coffee talk, and I wish my mom was here having coffee with me, and my dad was here having coffee with me, but they're not. And I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm just glad that they're together. I feel like they're together, and I'm thankful for that. So, I don't have a tow vehicle yet. I have my camper. I've been living in it full time since I got it. I think mid-December is when I got it. And I've been living in it in my yard, and my son has been moving his things in the house, and I've been getting rid of my things, and he's taken over the house and the mortgage. So I still have my car, which isn't going to tow the camper, and I can't start going places until I have my tow vehicle, which is fine because I work in public school as an art teacher, and I'm going to hit the road in the summer. And as long as I can keep working, which I should be able to, I'll continue to work and live in my camper. And I might do the 1,000 trails things and live at campgrounds or live in national forests, but I'll definitely be full-time living in my camper and using my tow vehicle to get to and from work. So in search of a tow vehicle, I needed to know what I was going to need for a tow vehicle. Because the first thing I did, I was looking for pickup trucks, because my mom and dad have a Ford F-150 that they use to plow and they use to tow their boat. And everybody's always saying what an awesome tow vehicle it is and what an awesome truck it is. So I started looking at Ford F-150s. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't want a pickup truck because I'm going to be using my tow vehicle, 1, to get back and forth to work, 2, to store my artwork, because I'm going to be doing craft shows on the road and sell my artwork. So instead of storing my artwork in my camper, I'm going to be storing it in my tow vehicle so I could just unhook from the camper and go to craft shows. So I'll permanently be storing and not unpacking my artwork and my tent for craft shows in the tow vehicle. So then I realized I wanted an SUV. And so I did a search for like top 10 SUVs, and they were like, some of them were like, the Equinox and all these things. And some of them were like $70,000 and $60,000. I'm like, what? I can't afford that. And so then I, instead of doing top 10 SUVs, I started looking at top 10 vehicles that can tow 3,500 pounds or 4,000 pounds. And then that led me to looking at small SUVs and crossovers. So then now I have like a top 2 that I'm thinking about. And the 2 I'm looking at, one is a Nissan Pathfinder, and the used ones, like, the 2017 and 2018s, because I don't need a new one. But the reason I like new vehicles is because I want something reliable that's not going to break down, and I want a warranty. And that's also why I won't buy something off of Craigslist, because I don't want to be traveling in the middle of nowhere and have a vehicle breakdown. So, but I think with my car insurance, I have roadside warranty or whatever. But I also don't want to pay for repairs or have to deal with repairs. So I like getting newer cars that have like certified pre-owned or something. So I was looking at, but it doesn't have to be new, So I was looking at the Nissan Pathfinder, which the used ones you could find for $22,000. And I'm like, oh, that's less than my Volkswagen Jetta when I got it. So I was looking at those, and I was looking at used Jeep Cherokees. And I was finding the used Jeep Cherokees for like $33,000. So those are the two I'm looking at. So I wanted to side by side compare those. I'm a little chilly. We got the heat down low at my mom's house because it's a pretty big house and there's nothing to fund the heat right now. So we're just trying to cut expenses where we can until we know what's gonna happen and how we're gonna sell our house. And it's like so much going on that we didn't expect to have to figure out right now. And I know my mind is jumping around. It has been for the past, well, since I've been having mind issues. Fuel economy and range in both the 2-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drive. The Pathfinder has better fuel mileage than the Cherokee. Hey, Brent.
Hi.
I'm comparing tow vehicles, the Pathfinder to the Jeep Cherokee, Nissan Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pathfinder in all the categories is doing better than the Cherokee, but the benefit of the Cherokee is it has way more cargo space, which I'm going to need if I'm doing craft fairs and storing my artwork in the Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
And they both have really good mileage, gas mileage. Can you think of anything else I might need to look for in a tow vehicle?
Horsepower and torque.
Horsepower and torque.
You want the torque and horsepower to be higher because you're towing a heavy vehicle when you're going up hills. That's a big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see horsepower and torque in this comparison page I'm doing, so let me write that down and I'll look it up. They both can tow up to like 6,000 pounds, and my camper's only 3,007 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Obviously, both you're looking at are 4-wheel drive,
They both come in 2-wheel and 4-wheel.
but you want it in 4-wheel or no?
You tell me. You're the car expert.
Well,
You're gonna be working on it for me when
No,
I'm visiting Syracuse, and I'll make videos for donations.
No.
I want a 4-wheel. Why do I want a 4-wheel drive? Just because it's better towing?
If you're traveling in the winter, you would want a 4-wheel drive.
Well, let me tell you about traveling in the winter. I'll be traveling south in the winter.
Yeah.
I won't be doing the Syracuse Beeville thing in the winter. No thanks. I think I'm leaning toward the Cherokee simply because of the cargo space, and the prices are, the Cherokee's a little bit more, but
I think you should look at a Toyota 4Runner.
Toyota 4Runner has serious off-road capability. And if I'm in the desert, I'm going to be on, it's like, some of it's very rocky.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to pull off. And how are the, when you do national forests, you said it's rocky, pebbly dirt roads. But I imagine that's tires and suspension. Like, I could put good tires off-roading on any vehicle. But this one already comes with it?
It's more of its capabilities of the way it's balanced, the way the 4-wheel drive works.
And this is not fuel efficient. And one of the things I was looking for is something that was fuel efficient, because I'm also teaching right now and I use it to drive to and from work.
Yeah. You need to look at like actual gas mileage, not just comments.
The Ford Cherokee and the Nissan Pathfinder were both like 20 miles per gallon. Not while they're towing.
She meant Jeep Cherokee for anyone watching.
What?
Jeep Cherokee.
What about it?
You said Ford Cherokee.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tall step in height. So that's like your vehicle. Like, I was mountain climbing to get into your, what do you have?
H2 Hummer.
That would tow my trailer.
Oh, yeah.
You should trade me for my Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah,
you want to trade?
No. Mine will tow 15,000 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
We could make like a choo-choo, and you could be in the front, and I could have a little camper. Cheryl could get a little camper. We could have like a whole, we could make a choo-choo train.
Yeah.
That would be cute. Are you allowed to pull
No.
more than one thing?
You're not allowed to do tandem.
Okay, so let's get back into this 4Runner. Let's see what it says. What do you think the towing capacity is on it?
I don't know. So there's the miles per gallon, so 17 and 20.
That's not bad. Horsepower.
270.
So what's the difference between horsepower and torque?
Whoa!
Between horsepower and torque.
We just slid right
Is
down that.
torque when you go from a stop and horsepower is going while you're going?
Yeah, so basically,
I know something. I know a little something something.
torque is that, like, grunt push that it has, and horsepower is how
Excelling
much
while
of
you're-
it will have. Yeah, so
I won't
torque is
interrupt
more
you.
important than horsepower, to be honest.
Okay.
That's why everyone loves diesels for towing and things like that, because diesels have way more torque.
Okay. So, okay, it says 278
Foot-pounds.
foot-pounds.
Mm-hmm.
This says pounds-foot.
Yeah, it's foot-pounds.
That's interesting.
Towing capacity, 5,000 pounds.
Okay, so it has. I can
1722.
do that. And so, what is that? A good torque? 278 foot-pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
And what does that mean? What does that mean? That in a foot, as it drives a foot of space.
You'd have to Google it to have the definition of it. But the higher that number is,
Yeah.
the better your vehicle's going to be able to get up and go from like a stop with heavy weight, because it's going to have that. oomph.
Okay. It looks like a physics thing, like work equals force times distance
Yeah.
or something. All right. So, what's payload mean?
That's how much weight you can carry inside the passenger area.
Now, if it tows 5,000, if I have weight in the vehicle, do I have to subtract that from the towing capacity? Oh, so I could have a 5,000-pound trailer and put 1,000 pounds of stuff in my,
Yeah.
or on top,
Well,
cargo. Like this would be
you'd have to look
cargo too, maybe?
at... Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be people and cargo. So
Oh, people.
The
Yeah,
max is
heavy
17.
people.
So 1,495 pounds. So your people and cargo would be that inside your vehicle.
I don't have
You can't
people.
put that much weight up on your roof, because most roofs are only capable of holding like 400 pounds.
All right.
Sometimes less.
So I couldn't like strap 8 people to my roof.
You could. Yeah, half of them will fly off and you'll be fine.
Or they might dent the roof. All right. So now let's compare this 278 foot-pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and torque. That's the torque.
Yeah,
And the horsepower was
270. And the other thing about Toyota's 4Runners and Toyotas in general is they're super reliable vehicles.
that's good. That's good because that's important.
Um,
Because I was saying I don't want
Jeep
to.
Cherokee is a nice vehicle, but they've never been super reliable.
That's what I saw when I was comparing the Nissan to the Jeep. The Jeep was like
Yeah.
not as good with.
And I would put the Nissan just slightly better than the
Jeep?
Cherokee. Yeah.
Really?
So, liability-wise, the Toyota 4Runner or Sequoia or Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser's the best, but they're super expensive.
All right. So I know the Nissan isn't going to have enough cargo space. So I'm just going to rule that out completely. And I just want to look at the Jeep to see if you didn't come down and talk with me, I wouldn't even have looked at the Toyota 4Runner.
All right, so look at
The horsepower of the Jeep Cherokee-ish. Now, okay, so we're looking at the Jeep Cherokee horsepower. For 2017, it says they range, I guess based on what model you're looking at, from 184 to 271. Is there a real difference that I'll notice if I have a 184 horsepower or a 271 horsepower?
a huge difference.
Huge difference. So for my trailer that's like 3,000 pounds, is 184 sufficient, or would I need the 271?
I would go as high as you can, as long as it's affordable. It'll make
Okay.
it so that driving on the highway is easier, going up hills is easier, shifting, passing, all that stuff is easier.
Okay. And is there going to be a difference? Like, I can't drive a stick shift. So if I'm doing an automatic transmission, is that going to change all this for me? Am I going to have less horsepower? And
It does change just the torque slightly because it's torque converter, but honestly, it's probably better because
Okay.
you don't have to worry about it while you're driving, and especially when you're towing a trailer, it's less you got to worry about.
Better is good and not worrying is good. All right, so then that's horsepower. So now we'll look at torque. Torque on the 2017 Jeep Cherokee says anywhere from 260 to 470 foot-pounds. So it looks the lower range is about the same.
Yeah.
All right. So now you said reliability is better for the Toyota 4Runner compared to the Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, and I think the Toyota has a better warranty also from the factory. So if you're buying a 2017, so if you buy a 2017 Cherokee right now, you're only gonna have like a year warranty left, and I think if you buy the 4Runner, you'll have almost 3 left because I think they have 5-year warranties.
Okay. And I, you know
The
what?
Jeep has a 3-year.
Sometimes, like, because it's the end of 2018, if there's any new 2018s that are left over, sometimes you can find them with 0 financing. The Toyota 4Runners are in my price range.
And what time do we have to be there?
And they have a red one that would match my camper, and you have to have a matching tow vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks pretty sweet.
All right.
I think you'd be very happy with that vehicle.
I don't mind the difference in the
Leave your
Um,
house at 9.
fuel economy because that's still very good.
Yeah. Where's the cargo space? Since that
Cargo
was-
volume. Wow, Toyota's a lot bigger.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to see.
Wow,
that because
yeah.
of-
Passenger volume smaller, but so maybe it has less bench seating. Let me see. Where's passenger?
It actually has more because it's got 6 or a third row capability, 7 versus 5.
But cargo space is 20 cubic feet more.
Yeah,
Yeah, good. Well, that's good. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go with
they're
the
very
Toyota
open
4.
inside.
I guess I'll go with the Toyota 4Runner. Final answer, Brent.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your assistance.
So then my other thing would be, you should compare the Toyota 4Runner to the Toyota Sequoia.
Okay.
Um,
See, now I just made a decision, and you're gonna
Well,
put
I'm-
more options in
I'm
front of me.
saying I already know that the Toyota 4Runner is a better vehicle.
Oh, okay.
I'm just letting you do this comparison. Now compare the Toyota 4Runner to the Sequoia, and if you can find a Sequoia used, that's a much bigger, more stout vehicle, which would be better for towing and has more capacity inside.
But is that the only benefit of the Sequoia? Is that it's just bigger?
Yeah, it's basically the same idea of vehicle, just bigger, more stout, a little more powerful, more cargo space. So
it's probably a little more expensive.
yeah,
And this one has enough of what I need.
yeah.
So I'm not even going to compare it. So Toyota 4Runner, final answer. Don't confuse me. Thank you, Brent.
Mhm.